Everyone is traveling to the astral world every night, but most of the people come back without the memory. There is several stations. This is the first level. The second level is the dream world. It's not the astral, it's very, very different. The astral world is more vivid than here. So when you see your hand in the astral world, it's like you see all the neurons and all the information that included the form of your hand. Okay, so I think I will start from the beginning. My name is Orelia. My parents came from France, so I speak French, Hebrew, and a little bit English. When I was a little kid, I was very different by thinking, by stuff that I do, unusual things. So when I was 5, I have a contact, an physical contact with some beings, not of this world. I know it sounds very poetic, but this is my experience. My parents was in the room when it happens, and since age of 5.5, I was very, very different socially. I didn't have much friend. I couldn't understand the world that everyone see, and I was very, very quiet girl. So what happened that when I was 10, I was very sick. I have a jaundice. My liver was very done. So my parents took me to the hospital. The doctors told them that I have a very unique blood. So they searched for liver to do a transplant a liver. So one night my soul left my body. So I can describe it to you because I will describe it to you because it was very traumatic for me. And a few years ago, I have a out body experience and it was fine. But when I was 10, it was very traumatic because I was very ill. Everything was painful and I didn't know what happened because it happened before 20, 35 years ago. We didn't have a television, the science fiction, people didn't talk about these things. So no one prepared me what I'm going to experience. So when one night after we came from the hospital, I was in my bed and I felt like my body is like a million sounds of my head. I heard a lot of sounds, and after that I couldn't move. My my it's looked like my body was trembling, but I didn't move. I was burning at fever, and I was yellow. My white in my eyes was yellow. Everything was yellow. I was very sick. And after I feel like I'm traveling, I feel like someone pulled me out of my body. It was very painful. The out experience of my soul through my body, it was very painful because I didn't want to leave my parents alone. I didn't want. I feel like I have some things to do, but I knew in my heart what's going to happen, but nothing was prepare me to these things. So after I feel like my body was trembling, uh, it's like um, it's like a poof. Very, very suddenly, I didn't realize what happened. But when I was out of my body, I didn't have a pain. I didn't have a pain no more. And I look at the body down there and I told to myself, it's very bizarre because this is the body that I used, but this is not me. So I was 10. I didn't know what I'm saying, but this is what I remember. So I will try to describe it to you as much as I can. So I look at the body. I was up to the room and I see the body down there, and I said, "This is not me." So what I'm going to do now? So after that, all the room go very bright, and a big light come to me. I didn't see a tunnel. I see a big light who surround me. So the vision that I saw, it's not like I see you. It was I, I see everywhere. My eyes was everywhere. I didn't see forward or the left or the right. I didn't see that. I see everything all of the same time, and it was very bright and very big light that around me, and I felt big love. And this love asked me if I want to understand what happened and what I need to do in the next life. So I said that I think that I want to come back to this body because I didn't accomplish some things, and the thoughts that I have in it's like I didn't have an age. I didn't have a ten, I didn't have a 10 years of my life. It felt like I have thousands of years of experience. And when I was out of my body, it was like, okay, this is not only 10 years that I'm existed. I'm exist much more. So the the feeling that I felt was an infinite love with a really big light that surround me and hold me and hug me. And I eventually I'm asked if I want to return, but before I need to understand several things, because this is what I did to myself. So if I won't listen, it will happen again. So this time they show me some things in the future, what will going to happen in future. So when I came back to my body, I told people what going to happen, and all the things that happened, they was very scared because they didn't know what happened to me. So when this light surrounded me, there was more being around me, but I didn't recognize them. I just knew. I, I don't know how to explain. I knew this is my family. I knew this is home. So no one told me nothing. They didn't have to, because the communicate that I have was all the information. The R is all the information that I am, and all the information that they speak to me is all the information that I speak to them. It was information in information, and love in love, and it wasn't like a telepathic conversation. It was very different. I didn't see dead people or diseased people. I see only light being that I knew that it's family. After that, they told me what I need to do, and they always watch me. And now I need to come back to this little body. So I said, okay, because the emotion that I have experienced out of my body was very different, like emotion, earthly emotions. It's very different. The communicate is very different. It's not a telepathy, and the emotions are more expand. This is the describe that I can tell. I feel like I explained myself, and more expanding. So when they told me to come back to my body, I said, but how how can I put all of my soul to this little body? So they told me that it's only a point of perspective. So because we are a human being, but it's not us. The human being is what people see outside, but most of the life of the people, it's what happened from the inside. For, so from the inside, no one can see, only you, but everyone see only the outside. So when I came back to my body, I see the inside and the outside. So my parents didn't realize what's happened to me because I come back without the illness. I come back very, very healthy. I eat everything. I start to go back to my normal skin. I was yellow like the sun, and I was was very healthy. So they do me some tests. The doctors test big tests. They wanted to know what's happened. How can my liver is completely healthy, and they couldn't understand and accomplish the information that I tried to tell them that this is not the real world. But I was only 10, so who's listening to me? After that, when I was 16, I tried to come back to my family. I tried to meditate, lots of meditation. No one told me how to do that, but I wanted to experience and feeling again this love and this information because, when you start to do unusual things, the adult people try to shush you. They told me that better for me to shut up and don't speak my experiences because it's not normal. They took me some test because I did some unusual things when I was a kid. Um, when I was 16, I saw a contact eye and eye one more time in my room. And when my parents wanted to understand why all the house is shiny green, it was the correct color that they described me. I didn't see that. I see only my family and big light, and this what this this is why my parents uh, did to me some things that they after that they apologize, but it's fine. I'm grown up man now. I realize that everything happened has a reason. So this time I tried to do a meditation, a deep meditation. No one taught me how to do that, but I knew that I need to be very quiet in my mind. I was a very smart girl, so I use only my mind, only my brain. I didn't want to use any ability like clairvoyance, clairaudience. They told me that it's dangerous, so I put it outside, and I live. I didn't use these things at these years. But after this time, I shut it down everything because I live in the three-dimensional world, so I don't want to fright no one. No one loves to be naked. When people saw you as you are, people try to hide behind their flesh blood. So I could see everything, even the thoughts, even the emotion, the deep emotion, the deep thought, and the deep desires, and it scares me too. So I shut it down. Before the corona, 4 years ago, I was very sick again. I have a cancer in my breath. I have a cancer in my belly. I was operated 2 times. The 3 times I said, okay, I get it. If I want to live, I need to listen, because they told me when I was 10, when I was out of my body, they told me that I need to listen because there is a reason that I come back. I need to do some big things to help the humanity to understand the outside world, not only the physical. So I need to teach them how to see for themselves, not only the story I tell, because this is my experience. So they need to experience too. I was very sick. The doctors told me that my body is growing a cancer and tumor. So I say goodbye to all of my kids. I was very, very thin, very sick. And after that, again, I feel like I less in this world and more to the other world. And one time, it was afternoon, I did a meditation to understand what happens to me and what it came back all of the same time, everything, all of the illness. So when I did the meditation, a regular meditation, I heard this sound all over again. I remember it from when I was 10. It was all the frequencies, all of the same time, very, very loud in my, it's not even in my head, it's in all of my being. And my body was starting to shaking, but I didn't move. So I knew, okay, I will left my body. Okay, this is the end. So when it happened, I didn't feel any pain like it was when I was 10. I feel like someone blow at me, like, and my soul up only 10 centimeter up of my body. I didn't leave the body entirely. I was half here, half there. So then I hear the voice, but it's not a voice, it's an information that he asked me. Now you want to see what you need to do. Now you understand, you want to understand more. So you need to give your permission and we will show you. After I say yes, of course, because I can't even breathe, I can't even drink water, I can't do anything. I was very sick. I feel like a hand go out of the room that I be, but it wasn't a room. It was like a very heavy clouds. But I knew that the body is in the room, but I didn't see when I was 10 centimeter off my body. I didn't see the seal. I see only this cloud, and the hand go out from this cloud and pull me out. When I was pulled out, it took like zero time that they took me up to some place that was very emotional to me because I felt home. It was like a reception. They waiting for me, and there they told my name, my soul name. They show me my they show me my husband because I was divorced 3 years ago, but 4 years ago I was still married with kids. But they show me my husband that I married now. He is my soulmate. They show me him. They show me only the back of him, so I didn't know who it was. They show me who I am. They show me all of my reincarnation, everything that I did, everything that I will do. And again, they talk to me that the things that I need to do now, because this is the right time. Before then, it wasn't the right time. Now it's the right time to do some actions because I didn't do anything that I do now. I didn't do music. I didn't do soul painting. I didn't consult um, uh, people. I didn't do soul reading. I didn't do any of this because I was afraid. I didn't do any of this. But the light being, the God, I don't know how to describe it because God is in everyone. So the infinite light, as we call it, is he put all the information that I needed to do in my being. So all of what I needed to do, he put in me. And now he told me, now that you realize and now that you can see clearly, don't be afraid of it because maybe there'll be some people that will be scared at you, but it's fine because only the correct people will come to you and you will help them. You don't need to be fine with the whole world. So this is my character. I need to be fine with everyone. So they did me some initiation that it will be fine, that when I will come back, I have to do these things, or else I finish this period of time and I stay there, and I will born again, maybe if I choose to, and come back and do all over again all these things. So I choose to come back and do some difficult decisions. So when I come back, I start to do music. I put out a full album in less than 1 year because I create music. All the music that I will tell you now, it's from the astral world. All the paintings from there, all the memories that I remember from several of my bodies that I born to. I remember I found a few of my bodies that I used to many years ago. I found this body. I don't know how. I have the knowledge who I was. I look very similar. All of the recognition. So it's not bizarre because the frequency that build who I am is the similar everybody that I came, everybody that I born. So the frequency managed to this form. So that's why we look similar every recognition that we born to. So it's only frequency, it's only vibration. So I get divorced. I start to put all of my music, and it's run until now on the television and on the social media. And I don't know, I have a television, but it doesn't work, so I don't see television. I don't see news. It's only bad frequency, and I prefer not to share all this frequency inside of me. And after that, I travel through the astral world. I taught myself how to do that and come back every time to my body.
How do you travel astrally? Like, do you use certain methods? What's that process like for you? And how often
Okay,
do you do it?
first of all, I never sleep. So when I say I going to sleep, so who am I? Because I am my consciousness, and my consciousness never sleep. So I try to teach our student in Israel and now several places of the world. How I do that? When this body needs to rest at the night, or maybe the afternoon, when I feel that there is an information that I need to receive. So I go back to my bed and I leave my consciousness very awake, but everyone is traveling to the astral world every night, but everyone or most of the people come back without the memory. So I explore that. why people come back without the memory. So first of all, most of the day I am on a theta wave, which means I know this is a dream world. I know the astral world is another dream, and several dimension. It's another dreams, but in another worlds and another dimensions. So when I knew that this world I'm all also asleep. So when I see people, I see their soul, I see their thought. I don't see only the physical body, I see the emotion, which means I have a friend that he wanted to test my brainwave last year, so he put some electrodes to my head, and he told me to stay still and be quiet and don't think of anything, and he wanted to see how I channeling. So the result, obviously, is on a theta wave, and it was very high from a usual test that he did. He told me that after 20 years that he do this test, he never saw ability like this. So it gave me some perspective of my brain wave. So most of the day I am on a theta wave. So when people go to the astral and want to go to the astral, they need to learn this themselves to be a quiet with the brain wave. So usually theta wave is when people are dreaming. So if you are dreaming when your eyes are open, like now, so you want to visualize some things, so you stay with your eyes open and you visualize things, and slowly you realize that you see more and more clearly if you stay still when you are awake. So I do that all day long. So when I taught that to our students, I told them that they need to sleep with their eyes open during the day, to practice on that 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to feel the energy that put them slowly to a theta wave. So before the body go to sleep, I am usually on a theta wave, so I put myself deeper, which means alpha wave, no alpha, gamma wave. Okay, so after it's happened, there is several stations. Okay, there is the first station of this body. It's now when I'm talking to you. This is the first station that this consciousness talk to your consciousness. This is the first level. The second level is the dream world. The dream world is another step that we need to go into very awake. After you go to the dream world, I recommend to stay still, because it's not the astral yet. You can create there, you can experience a lucid dream, but it's not the astral. It's very, very different. The astral world is more vivid than here. So when you see your hand in the astral world, it's like you see all the neurons and all the information that included the form of your hand. So when people advise, when you go to the lucid world, do that things, and if your finger go to the other side, you are in the lucid world. In the astral world you can't do that. You can do all day long these things, and it won't go to the other side. So it's more vivid if you get a, a pain there, if something hurt you there and you come back. I'm sorry, and you come back with the pain through all this station. until this three dimension, you will come back with the pain. Okay, so our consciousness is very powerful, and we learn to hold every station. So when people go to the astral world, they need to search something familiar. This is the first time, the first step. You have an object that unique to you, and you put with this object that you really love something that you really don't love, because you need a contract, a contrast. Okay, you need something you love and something you don't love, and you need to put them together. So when you recognize this object on the astral world, you don't realize that you are in the astral world. You travel every night there, and you come back without the memory. If you want to come back with the memory, you need to wake yourself in the astral world, which means you need to connect your full consciousness that exists full power in this three dimension, and connect on this avatar. To connect the avatar of the astral world, you need to shake yourself, to shake your emotion, to shake your reality. If your reality are shaking there, you awake immediately. You will awake immediately. So when you see, for example, a pet that you really love, but on this pet you put on her something that you don't like a food that you don't like. Okay, so when you will see your cat or your dog in the astral world, and something that you don't like is on him, you wake yourself immediately, because you say, okay, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I put something that I don't like in something that I like? So you connect immediately with your full consciousness. When it happened, you will see extraordinary things. And after that, you need to come back with the memory. So if we want to come back with the memory, people need to understand that this, when the soul go travel to the astral world, the mind doesn't work, which means the soul is traveling, but the mind is in the earth. So how you can connect the astral memory in the physical body? Again, there are several dimensions that we need to go down slowly after we come back to our body. And when you feel like you are going to awake at the morning, stay still, don't move at least 15 minutes, because you are awake but not awake, which means the soul goes slowly with the information. This is how we channel, because when we channel, the information go every time, every second. We channel in information, a divine information, through our mouth. It doesn't go through our brain. So this is how we know that we channel a divine information. The same principle go after we come back every morning from the astral world. If you want to come back with the information, you need to go through the station, through the dimension, station after station, and force your physical body don't do not uh, to doesn't move. Okay, so you will realize that you need to come back only with a small thing, and you put it in your memory. If you have some small thing from the astral world, you open a connection to these dimensions, and all the information that we do to the astral world, it come back to you all of the same time in the morning. But people need to stay still and don't move.
You said something about how you make music and art. Can you tell me about how you make that interdimensional art and how you bring
Oh,
it from the
super.
astral?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So before this body go to sleep, I put all of my attention to go to the music world, or the art world. So I love to go to the music world because when I go to the music world, everything that I create in all of my being form itself to a big orchestra with all the tools and all the voices, and I create it. People need to understand there is a world of several dimension also in the astral world, but also in a higher world, that I love to travel there because I go to I go to a world to create everything that I my soul is singing. So we are our emotions, okay? Our emotions are a vibration. So when we go to this vibration world, it forms itself through a big orchestra. So I hear this music. I did some training there because when I was of a lower emotion or something what disturbed me before this body go to sleep, so it was it, it was not a nice music. So when people go and hear their music from their vibration, they need to go to this world when their heart was very clean and their emotions are very balanced. So we can't tell we can say even I can say that all of my emotions are super balanced because this is what create the humanity. So we have all of kind of things of emotions, but I take for example, I take my exciting and even my pain, but my pain creates something for good. My pain doesn't create something to harm anyone. This is my pain, and I need to form it through a melody or put my best emotions through this. So when I go to this um, vibration world, it was also very bright, very beautiful, and a pastel. Very, I love the colors, pastel colors, and everything was very delicate. And when I go there, my emotion create all of this music, and I repeat it all over again. I hear it. If I love it, I repeat it in the astral world. And when I come back, I did all of the same time, uh, again and again. 15 minutes, I didn't move, and I download all the music through the brain because this body needs to accomplish the energy and the vibration through this three dimension. So I memorize this melody, and when I come back, I took very fast my guitar, and I sung. I record myself, and after that, I do all the things that need to put out this music out properly, and the lyric and the sound it's come all of the same time. So I don't need to think of the melody and the lyric and stuff. It come all of the same time, the same of the things, the paintings. I don't know what will happen, but I know that I travel there. I come back with the information, and when I start to painting, I close my eyes. I can see what will happen at least 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I put all of my colors, I close my eyes, and I start painting. And after that, What's happened. Apparently, people love very much this painting. So I don't search information because it will damage my vision.
Hmm.
Because everyone uh, take all of the knowledge through their perspective. So I try not to search an information of several things because it will it will put in my brain more information that is not in my experience.
Hmm.
So I prefer to experience myself all of these things, and after that I give all the tools of the people that they could do that too from their experience and their perspective, and they will come back with the information that the best for them. So something very interesting happened with our student. We meet there, and I tell my husband, oh, I saw him and her and we did some processing, and after that this student go to my husband and told him, you know, I saw Aurelia and the Astral and she did that and that and she gave me some initiation. So we cross the information that is very, very correct. So people realize that it's very real. This world is more real than this world. And after they do all the processing and they meet us there, they realize how much vivid can you experience this world.
So, what about like viewing the physical world from an astral standpoint? Do you have experience in that? So, like, let's say if I gave you like a time and place,
Right
would you
now,
be
yes,
able to like view it? Or
the astral world exists all time, all time. The astral world exists even now. My astral body do some things, so
Mm.
your astral body also exists there in the seventh dimension and he's working.
Yeah,
Just,
for
you know,
sure.
I saw you before this meeting, probably
Really?
even
Yeah.
if you remember, you saw me as well on the astral world. So we did this conversation. I will give you some tips if you want.
Yes, please. That would be
How
great.
to go out through the body at the night. So there are several steps. When your consciousness is awake and your body starts to calm itself slowly, you feel like you go deeper and deeper in your bed. You force yourself to sit, okay, slowly, because you move your consciousness here to the crown chakra. So you sit on your body. Don't look back because it will frighten you. You will see your body with the eyes closed. So sit and believe and know that you are sitting on your bed, even your body is lying down on the pillow. When you're sitting on your bed, slowly go the right foot on the floor. After that, your left foot on the floor and feel the cold on your feet. Feel the cold of the floor on your feet and stay with these senses. Feel feel the floor on your feet. After that, you put yourself slowly to get up. Don't look forward, okay? Because most people that do that, they say, oh my god, no, I'm not prepared yet to, I'm not ready yet to do that. After that it took some a while to do that again. At the first time, don't look at the body lying down. When you put yourself in your consciousness, don't tell yourself that it's your imagination, okay? Because this is the doubt, um, the doubt is put yourself of a minimum light or a minimum consciousness, and you want to expand yourself. So leave yourself open consciously. Okay, so when you go through the bed and you go on the floor, feel the cold on your feet, and slowly turn around and look at the body who's sleeping. Probably your body is sleeping. You do that every night, but without the full consciousness, the full connected on your avatar. When you see your body sleep, take a jump. When you take a jump, if you flew up from the floor, your body is the astral body with the consciousness, with your consciousness. So this is the first step before your consciousness tell that you want to go to explore some dimension or world or outworld or go to visit someone. Uh, just so you know, you can do that even when we speak right now. You can, your aura is very, very beautiful. You have some yellow color and green, which mean you are very high being. So thank you for that. Um, you can see anytime, every dimension as we speak. Okay, so when you practice this this viewing during the day, you can do that easily at night. Uh, Most of the people on in the at the world are sleeping. Even now we are sleeping. Even in the astral world we are sleeping. But we learn to expand our soul through all these worlds, to stay awake through all the worlds and the dimensions. So when you come back with more abilities to see not on this physical body, so beyond.
There is like a experiment going on that I'm helping with.
Yeah,
So we're inviting people to a certain time and place. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. So if you want to participate, you can, but
yeah,
no
we love
pressure.
to.
Yeah,
Sure.
so we're inviting people. It's going to be March 9. I think it's going to be March 10 for you if you're on the in Thailand. But
Yeah.
we're inviting it to a certain time and place. I'll send you the location and the flyer, and I'll be posting it. But basically, we want people to astrally project there mentally, and there's going to be items on the site for astral travelers to interact with and validate their presence there. And we're going to
Yes.
try to document the presence physically,
Yes.
and we're also going to have, ways to be able to identify people and have people identify that they were there by identifying the targets.
Oh
So it's
my
going to be
God.
something
Yes. I
interesting.
would love to. It's super. Yes. I
Yeah,
do
I
that
think you
all
would be
the time.
perfect. I know, that's what I was thinking. You would be perfect
Yes.
because you already know how to do it.
When I do
Yeah.
some healing, so I am across the world and they are in another world, but they stay still. And after that, they tell me after the treatment that they saw me near the bed and they could describe everything that I did. And I know because I go there.
Yeah, incredible. I figured you would be perfect. And it's important because if we're able to document things like this and get credibility in the science world, I think
I will
people will
love to.
take things more seriously. It
Yes, I will
won't be
love to.
as like, people kind of see it as not valid yet so far, but I'm trying to work on that. So,
Thank you.
and what about if you want to share anything, like where can people find your art or your coaching and things like that? Do you have like a website or anything?
Everything is in my page on Facebook, and
Okay.
also in TikTok. The same name, Gil and Orelia. This is my soulmate, mate, and my husband in life, and we do everything together. We teach together. We teach esoteric knowledge and Gnostic Kabbalah. Uh, Also in first experience, we teach people how to experience themselves, everything. all of the dimension and all of the layers of the soul for themselves, not only stories. I don't like stories.